If you're looking to grow your company with digital marketing, this is the video for you. I'm Cooper Saunders, and I'm the owner and founder of WiseGuys Digital Marketing. And today, I'm going to walk you through the focus marketing method and how we generate results for our clients and how you can do the same. I'm going to go through the history of it, basically the basic overview of it, and then I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to implement it for your own company. We'll have clients here at WiseGuys will come in with these big budgets, and we're like, hey, you're doing all this stuff, but it's not really working. And if that's you, you're not the first, and you will most likely not be the last. And so if you've either done marketing or you're doing marketing now and you're not seeing any results or you're about to get into it, this is the video for you. So let's move on to what the focus marketing method is and the background of how it all started. So the focus marketing method is outlined in our National Bestselling Book, Quit Competing, Start Dominating. And if we were in our studio, which I'm still in my COVID corner, this would be more of an interactive, hey, it's on the board. Behind me, we'll have a green screen, all that good stuff. But I don't mind this view for now. But really, this video is going to walk you through what's outlined in this book and how you're going to implement it. And there's case studies in this book. I'll go over a couple examples, but of all the companies we've helped with the focus marketing method. So if you're wanting more of a detailed analysis of the focus marketing method or just looking at other companies that have used it, seen amazing results, this is the book for you. And I'll link it down below or wherever I can. So the background of the focus marketing method is my freshman year of college, around 7 years ago, which is insane to think about. My grandparents called me and they're like, hey, Coop, we're having trouble growing our bike shop. Can you come out? I know you grew up in this digital age and we want you to come try to help us. And I'm like, of course, I'll come out for the summer down to Florida and help you grow. And so whenever they gave me the call, I think it was around March, and I was going to go out there in May. So I took every course I could find online about digital marketing. I read every book I could, and I was a bit overwhelmed. And being myself, my first phone was an iPhone. I was like, okay, if I feel overwhelmed, I wonder how my grandparents feel. And then business owners in general. I mean, they're running a business, and they've got to deal with this as well. So I developed the focus marketing method and flew out, implemented it, and my grandparents went from one bike shop to 3 and then sold it off. And it was one of the things where when that's what you want to do with your life, is what I found. So this is the basic overview of how it started. Was somebody that grew up with an iPhone, grew up with social media, was overwhelmed. And I understood that if I'm feeling this, not only I've got all the time in the world to learn this, but if a business owner that's actively doing other things, there's no way that they're going to be able to do it. So came back, established WiseGuys Digital Marketing, 2015. I was operating in digital marketing about 2 years before, but then established WiseGuys. So let's go through why traditional marketing and traditional marketing methods don't generate results, and then we're going to go through the focus marketing method. Let's jump in. All right, so this is the outline of the focus marketing method and the difference between traditional marketing and the focus marketing method. Now, when I went out and met with my grandparents, this was their company, right? You've got all these different forms of marketing and digital marketing. While that is a blessing, it also can be a curse. And we find that companies are promoting on Facebook, using Google Ads, SEO. And on top of that, they're promoting every single product and service that they have. And the simple fact of this is that if you're spread so thin, you're not going to make a difference. So what we have to do is we have to transition from this, the land of average, to the focus marketing method. And this video is going to show you how to break free from the competition and really gain some traction and grow your company. I think a lot of the time when digital marketers come in, or marketing companies in general, they're like, hey, let's build the keyword list to 200. Let's promote and try to sell every single product you have. And they're just really trying to do their best to grow your company. And that's exactly what my grandparents' digital marketing company were doing. They were bidding on every single keyword, trying to rank for every single product they have, because they have bikes, they've got services, and it just wasn't working. And so if this is you, I mean, we all have companies come in every single day. They have big marketing budgets. I mean, it's not that they aren't spending enough. And that's what they usually hear is that, oh, you're not seeing results, let's up the budget. Well, that's not always the case. You have to look at strategy. You have to look at, okay, what makes sense for my company? And this video is going to show you how. And if you, let's say you have done marketing, you're not getting results, and this is you, don't worry, because that's 90% of the companies that come in and meet with us. So let's walk through how to break free from the competition and implement the focus marketing method for your company. All right, so here's the overview of the focus marketing method. Find core service, confirm with market research. We're going to outline your target market, how they buy, what they look at. We're going to construct the foundation, your business foundation, around this core service. We're going to utilize ads correctly. I almost said construct the foundation. We're going to utilize ads correctly. And then we're going to segue this group of people into evangelists for your company. Now, this is the basic overview. We're going to break down each step. I'm going to walk you through it with examples and show you the best way to implement for your company. Again, this is the marketing method that we've used to grow WiseGuys. This is the marketing method that we've used to grow hundreds of companies all across the United States, and I know it'll work for your company. So let's jump in to the first step, and that's find your core service. So the first step in the focus marketing method is to find your core service. Now, this is the service or product that we're going to spend all of our marketing assets toward. Now, we'll have companies say, oh, I don't want to just offer this service. Now, that's not the point. Once we get them in the door, they'll use your different services, but we're going to pick one that we're going to spend all of our marketing assets on. And so when we meet with companies, 9 times out of 10, they already know, okay, I want to focus on DUIs if you're in a criminal defense, or I want to focus on car insurance if you're an insurance guy, right? But sometimes these questions help you get to the core of, okay, what do you love to do? What is your company the best at? Now, that's important because, you could love to do X service, but Y service is what you are amazing at and what makes your company the most money. Now, that third question usually is the tiebreaker between one or two services. Our clients are like, hey, we really love both. We really love installing commercial roofs, but we also love residential, right? Because we'll have roofing companies that just do everything. Hey, we do everything, and we're the jack of all trades, and call us if you need anything, right? And that's the way you'll get lost. So choose something, choose a service. It doesn't mean you have to throw out every service that you offer, but choose one that we're going to market. When you have one, that's the first step in becoming, the generalist that does everything to a specialist. And that's going to be the best way to market your company. Now, once you have your the core service, you're going to write down 5 to 10 keywords surrounding this core service. So let's say, again, you're a criminal defense lawyer, and you're going to choose DUI. You're going to do DUI near me, DWI near me, DUI Kansas City, DUI, any of those keywords that you're going to say, okay, these keywords surround this core service. You want to gather 5 or 10, and then what we're going to do is, this is the Google Keywords Planner. Now, this is the market research side of things, and this is just going to confirm that there's enough searches for you to keep you and your team busy. So, Kansas City, I just threw in 3 keywords. Now, it's going to give you a couple of options. And what you have to do is say, okay, if I am completely dominating DUI keywords, DUI lawyer, DUI Kansas City, DUI lawyer near me, 140, and you say, okay, if I get half of these, even let's say if you get 10% of these, is that going to keep you and your team busy? Now, if not, go back to the drawing board. Start from square one. Choose a core service. Because let's say you're getting a bunch of DUI cases, and say, you do amazing, and then somebody you've helped with, their son gets pulled over and had, paraphernalia on him. Then they're going to call you and say, hey, I know you helped us with this. Can you help us with that? And that's the key, right? So if you have, let's say, okay, we choose this. We go to Google Keyword Planner. We type in our keywords. We type in the area, plenty of searches. We want to dominate this. What you're going to do is you're going to write it out. Okay, this is our thing. Download these keywords. Let's say you've got 10 keywords. You're going to choose these up. I probably wouldn't do DUI or checkpoints near me, obviously, but that's the key. This is the Google Keyword Planner. It's going to show you how many searches there are, and it's going to give you an estimate. Okay, this is how many searches there are, and this is going to keep me busy. So when you're choosing your core service, whenever we were working with my grandparents, we understood that hybrid bikes was going to be our thing, because if we're just going to try to rank for bikes, mountain bikes, there was low competition and a lot of searches for hybrid bikes, because in Florida, it's more flat, but people still want to go do trails. It's not going to be necessarily mountain bikes. So hybrid bikes was our keyword, and it was our core service. And so once we had that, of course, we went to the Google Keyword Planner, confirmed the traffic, and then we moved on to the next step. So identify your core service, confirm it with market research, and then we'll move on to the second step. All right, so let's look at an example real quick. So a week ago, I had a meeting with a law firm, and they were trying to rank number 1 in Kansas City just for law firm. And I said, well, what we're going to do is law firm, and then we do every different service, right? They had a family law, they had criminal defense, they had estate planning. And I'm like, okay, are you spending money on every single service? Well, yes, we are. Are you trying to optimize your site, Google My Business, for every single one of these keywords? And they're like, yeah, of course. And so I asked them, so what results are you getting? Are you getting any? And they said, well, no, we've had different marketing companies, we are not really seeing any results, and we're wondering how you would be different. Well, I said, well, first things first. Of course, I just drew this up on our whiteboard, but I decided to make it a little more pretty for you, right? I said, this is average, right? And I always, I'm not as like, oh, you're average, but it's like, hey, if you want to make a difference, let's focus here. Now, we can make different divisions, but if you want us to come in and rank your company for all these keywords, you're going to need a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of money. Instead, let's do this. I said, well, what about just focusing on criminal defense? That's better. It's not going to be as tough. But what if you were known in the Kansas City area for DUIs? You're the DWI, DUI lawyers. Once you build up a loyal customer base, they're going to be like, oh, I had a problem. I had brunch with the ladies, and in this company, a law firm, helped me with my DUI, and I think they do family stuff, or I think they do estate planning. Let me give them a call, because you did such an amazing job, and you got found when previously you would not have been found, because you're doing all these different stuff. Oh, you're a generalist, right? And then once they swing around, okay, they do different stuff. Let me give them a call because you did such an amazing job. So this is just an example that I dealt with about a week ago. And this is just the example that a lot of companies fall into. They're just doing law firm. They think if they just provide everything, customers will be running to them. No one wants a generalist. Get focused. And then once you dominate the DUI, then we can move on, right? So we'll have the first stage of this law firm that I created for them was, let's dominate DUI lawyer. Let's rank number 1. Then let's step back and just hit more of a criminal defense, drug lawyers, traffic lawyers, and then make a difference. So again, you won't even be found here. Your assets are going to be so spread so thin. Creating content on your site will be next to impossible. Better is criminal defense, perfect focus DUI lawyer. So let's jump on to the next step. We're going to outline the target market and understand why your target market chooses your company. Let's move on. So in this step, with outlining your target market, with my grandparents, I said, okay, how do people find you? Let's close our eyes and let's think about the best customer that you can find. Who is it? Like, yeah, usually parents, they're trying to get fit. And I said, okay, what do they do? Do they go on Google? Hey, I found you on Google. Can I come in? They're like, yeah. And so I always say it's so much easier to be placed in front of people that are already looking for a solution to their problem than convincing them that they have a problem and then selling them the solution. Now, you can do that second option, but first things first, let's just get in front of people that are already searching. So we confirm the traffic with the Google Keyword Planner. And then we said, okay, the way our customers buy is they hop on Google, they look at reviews, they might peek out your site, but that's really the way that they're going to buy bikes. So we allocate all of our resources toward hybrid bikes near me. On Google, we rank number 1 for local SEO, and the rest is history. So how do your customers buy, right? Even with WiseGuys, it's different than how people shop for where they're gonna eat for the night, right? They're gonna look at who we are as a company, what content we have, what education we have, because when you hire a marketing company, we're becoming a part of your company. And I think that's the difference between WiseGuys and a lot of companies, is that we see ourselves as a part of you. You're not just outsourcing to us. We're going to come in. We're really going to make a difference. And we treat it as if it was our own company. So do they hop on Google? How much research do they do before buying? With WiseGuys, we've got a bunch of awards. We've got 2 national bestselling books. We're established, and that makes a difference. Do they do a bunch of research before buying, or is it more of a snap decision? Reviews are always important, even for the ranking and the psychology. You have to look at psychology of why people buy. That might be a video that we create. It's outlined in our Marketing Secrets to the Ultra Wealthy. I have a whole chapter dedicated to why people buy, the consumer psychology of things. And so how do your target customers find your company? Outline the target market. I always take a sheet of paper and say, hey, close your eyes. And what does it look like to bring in your target market? What do they look like? What are they looking for? With us, it's a business owner looking to grow in a specific geographic area. So plumbers, electricians. We started out with very specific, again, focused marketing method. Local business owners, home services, or more electricians, plumbers. We also then, once we dominated that area in Kansas City, we were really big on law firms. But now we get so many referrals, so many people reaching out to us that we can expand, right? And so, do they know the benefits of using your company? I think even with me, when you operate day in and day out, you forget the benefits and you just want to sell the features, right? Tell them the benefits. People buy with emotions and justify with logic. When we're even looking at the bike shop, hey, what are the benefits of owning a bike? You get a good workout in, you save your knees, you live a longer, healthier life, more energy, right? And so when we're looking at how to get people in, sell the benefits, educate the benefits, and then provide the how to get it. Sell the why they need it, and then offer and guide them to the how to get it, right? So why do they need it? Oh, because you're going to live longer. You're going to grow your company for us. And this is how you get it. You just visit our site or give us a call, and I'll talk to you personally, and we'll grow, right? So outline your target market. How do they buy? What are they looking for? Is it a snap decision? Do they know the amazing benefits? Again, sorry, with WiseGuys, I keep going back to us, and then because I keep thinking of things, right? Because I forget, not really forget, but I just assume that like us, we're month to month. We think and we know that when we provide results, we don't need to lock you in a year-long contract. You'll stay. So what are the massively important things that your company offers? Just like that. That's the thing that okay. Like when we say that to companies, they're like, oh, wow, that's pretty big. What's yours? Let's move on to the next step in the focus marketing method. All right, so we're getting extremely close to being done with the outline and you being able to implement this for your own company and grow your business. Now, if you're looking to build the Empire State Building, you need to dig a deep foundation. Now, even next door right here, they're building a building. They created an amazing foundation. It's probably going to be a 30, 40-story building. And the same goes for your company. If you want the Leaning Tower of average, your building blocks are going to be bad. But let's look at the foundation, how to construct it. Now, each one of these blocks could be an hour-long video, right? But I want to go over the simple steps for you. Now, your website, people need to know what you're trying to be the best at and what you are the best at within the first 4 seconds. Have a headline. The #1 DUI attorney in Kansas City, your H1 tag. Your branding. If you're going to be the #1 DUI attorney in Kansas City, don't have branding where it looks like you're a bounce house, right? That's a given. And that's block number 4. But your website, you need to have a dedicated page to the service you're trying to offer. I see a lot of people, they'll have a services tab, click on the services, and it's just all their services on one page. Create a page for each service. Also, just another tip here, create a page for each area that you operate in. So with Kansas City, you've got Kansas City, but then you have all these big outer cities that, like, say, Overland Park, you've got Leawood, that are all important. So if you've got a city like that, Dallas or Fort Worth, right, create each page for that and then create each page for your service. Social media profiles, make sure all the information is correct on there. Make sure your website's correct, address, phone number, and this is going to help you rank as well. Create the description in your social media profiles. Hey, we are the #1 criminal defense, and more specifically, DUI law firm in Kansas City. Google My Business profile. I created a video on this, so if you want to watch, I think I can create a tag here that'll pop up. If you want to watch that, but implement this focus marketing method within your Google My Business. And just your overall branding. What's your one-liner? Because WiseGuys, we take the headache out of growing your business. What's yours? Create it and put it everywhere you can. Put it on your business cards, your website, your emails as your footer. And that's the foundation. Look at your core service. Look at how people buy that core service, and then create the foundation around it. And even when we're looking at the next step, I'm going to talk about sort of you've got your keywords. Now what? And with the local SEO, which I'm going to create a video on, but this is the foundation, and then we're going to go into how to implement this to grow your company. We're going to talk a little bit about keywords, SEO, then utilize ads, and then the last step to segue this group into Evangelists. Now, these are just the building blocks. This is nothing that whenever we work with companies, we just go through, okay, is the website good? Okay, it's fast. We've got fast loading speed. The mobile looks good. Okay. We'll see companies that their headline just doesn't make sense. We're like, it'd just be easier if you just put #1 commercial painter in Kansas City, So if that's you, just keep it simple. If you confuse, you lose. And let's move on to the next step, which is what to do with the keywords in your core service. Now, let's move on. So you've chosen your core service. You've confirmed the keywords and found your keywords with market research. You've outlined the target market. You've constructed your foundation. You've got this list of keywords. Now what? Now what you have to do is either, if you're doing your SEO by yourself, implement this into your own site, or you can send it to the marketing company or digital marketing company that you have. Say, hey, this is the keywords that we want to dominate. We'll talk about ads a little bit later. Can you implement this into our website? Now, they should create its own service page. They should update the meta tags, all that good stuff. But you also have to create content surrounding this, right? So I'd upload a weekly blog, and I just keep going back to this DUI lawyer because I feel like if we can just keep building on this, it'll help. Create blogs surrounding these keywords. Look up the keywords that'll help you rank, right? So if you say, I always like how-to blogs, how or what to do if you get a DUI in Kansas City, how to know if you need a lawyer for your DUI, those type of things, to where you've got this keyword list. Send them to your digital marketer. If you're doing it yourself, maybe look at hiring a pro, because it's a lot of work, especially if you're a business owner. I always talk about the 80-20 rule. You need to focus on things that are making your business money. And if you can delegate to somebody that knows more, like when you hire WiseGuys, you get a team of 15 people, 20 people that are amazing at SEO and digital marketing, rather than one person if you hire in-house or do it yourself. You just have no time or energy to really do it correctly, right? So you've got your keywords, and make sure you're creating content around it. Make sure you're implementing into your Google My Business. Make sure you're doing everything that you can to grow. All right, let's move on to the next step, which is utilize ads correctly. That's the big thing, correctly, because you can run ads, but a lot of people don't do it the right way. Let's jump on. All right, so we're almost done with the focus marketing method. You've implemented keywords. The SEO is starting to take an effect. Now we're going to look at how to utilize ads correctly and how to get and generate results from ads. Now, my main goal at WiseGuys, and really for all of our companies, is we want organic. We want to always be able to generate plenty of customers just from organic. We don't have to want to pay to get our clients. But within the short term, let's say we bring on a client, it might take a few months to generate results. And so what we'll do is we'll set up these ads. And so for pay-per-click, you've got your keywords of 5 to 10 keywords that you've already done market research for. Use those keywords. Create the headline that says, number one DUI attorney, Kansas City, and only spend money for those keywords. Now that's going to give you a massive advantage over your competitors that are spending money on every single keyword. You're going to consistently be the number one result. And you make sure that you put on like a spam blocker on these Google ads that, there's a couple of things that you can use here at WiseGuys. We've got our own software, but there are a couple companies that, I know for one is like ClickSees, that you can use to protect your Google ads from spam, bots, I almost said spots, right? Spam and bots combined, and competitors. So whenever you're using pay-per-click, a lot of companies mess up because they have 100 keyword lists and they're spending $10 on each keyword, and then they're not being found. So look at the top range right here. Right, let's look at. So let's say for DUI lawyer, $60 top range. But then you've got DUI, and it's $5. Bid $10 per, or even say $7 per keyword. Only bid on this guy right here. Competition low. You'll be good to go. And so that's the thing that people don't usually look at, is like, we've got DUI, we can we can do drugs, we can do criminal, and the budget is just spread so thin you don't get any results. Now with social media marketing, so pay-per-click we've handled. It's basically the only use and only bid on the keywords that we found in the first step. Now social media marketing and targeting, I don't usually like introducing this until we're getting consistent results from SEO, pay-per-click, and let's expand here. So social media marketing and target marketing is a lot like a relationship where you're targeting people, and if you're asking them to buy on the first interaction, it's almost like asking someone to marry you in the first date, or even the first time seeing them. Hey, will you marry me? No. What we're going to do here with social media marketing is we're going to ask for their phone number. Hey, can I give you something of value, and I get your phone, email, and contact information, right? So here at WiseGuys, we've got an ad that runs on Facebook where we offer our book. If someone wants this book, if a business owner wants our book, that means they're a business owner and they're looking to grow. We're not asking them to sign the dotted line right away because we don't have contracts, right? We're just asking them hey, do you want this? So I call it an ethical bribe because you're giving them something for their contact information. Now, once you get their contact information, you add them to an email marketing list. You can follow up with them. Hey, what did you think about that? Is there anything that I could add? But you can create an ebook. You can create a cheat sheet. Think about something your target market would want. And that's the way you're going to get results from social media marketing. Create an offer, an ethical bribe that one of your target market would say, oh yeah, I want that. Let let me grab that. Oh, you can have my phone number and an email for that. Cool. And once you give them value, you can actually make a sale. And then you build up, and I call this your golden egg. So when we did this for my grandparents, we create an offer, and then we had, I think it was like 30,000 emails of their target market in the location. So when we created an offer, we just sent out an email. We didn't have to spend a bunch of money on ads, right? You've got your golden egg. So let's say we got a new shipment of hybrid bikes and they're 30% off. We'd send out this email marketing. Oh wow, then it'd be so easy. You don't have to spend a bunch of money on marketing at that point, right? So create an email marketing list by social media marketing, right? You've created an ethical bribe. You're getting all this contact information. Build that golden egg. You can even hire salesmen. Hey, what did you think about that? And then you can go from there and actually make a sale from social media marketing, because we'll have people, hey, we're in Facebook ads. Not only do we not get anything, we got a bunch of people saying, hey, your ads are annoying, right? And so we've got clients that we've implemented this, and they've got email marketing of 20, 30,000 people, 40,000 people of their target market. They sent out an email and they made 15 new sales. So that is how you're going to utilize ads correctly. Focus on the 5 to 10 keywords that you've identified. Create the ads around it. Remember to hire a pro if you're not particularly amazing at this, because again, you run a business. And social media marketing is sort of the, hey, will you marry me? Of course not, but can I get your number? Then you build up your golden egg of all of your target market in an area, and it makes marketing so much more easy, right? You've got the personal, because everyone's got their email connected to their phone. Now you've got instant access to their phone, and then marketing is a breeze from there. So let's move on to the next step, which is segue this initial group of people that have used your company into loyal evangelists that refer you to their friends and family. Let's move on. All right, so this is the last step in the focus marketing method, and this is sort of where we take a step back and let you handle it. Now, if you can imagine, I love this picture. I don't know why, but there's a ghost standing here. I don't know why I love it so much, but if you could imagine how hard it would be to push a boulder down a hill. You're pushing, you're spending a bunch of money on advertisements, you're doing all this stuff, you've implemented the focus marketing method, you're creating content. The boulder starts rolling, but then all of a sudden, you won't need to keep pushing as hard. It's going downhill, the momentum is taking it, and you're not really doing anything. And that's where we want to get to. The people that have found your company because of the focus marketing method, right? Because they wouldn't have found you otherwise, because your assets would have been spread so thin. Now they're referring you to their friends and family, repeat business, and then it starts going, and you'll not have to spend so much money on ads. You don't have to spend so much on marketing. And you've got two options here. You can just sit back and let business roll in, or what I always recommend is to move on to another core service. You're the number one for a DUI lawyer, let's say. And now let's move on and go for another thing. You've got plenty of referral business coming here. Let's jump to that family law. Let's jump to the estate planning. And then you can have 5 or 6 boulders flying down the hill, and you can really either sell the company or you can just sit back and roll in the profits. So that is the segue into evangelists for your company. We're going to go over in the next step just the basic overview of the entire process one more time. So let's move on. All right, so the quick overview of the focus marketing method, right? Find your core service, confirm this traffic with market research. You're going to outline your target market. You're going to construct the foundation around your core service and target market. You're going to utilize ads correctly, and you're going to segue this group into evangelists. Make sure in the construct the foundation that you're also looking at local SEO and making sure that either just SEO in general or local SEO, you're sending to a professional to get it done. So that is the overview of the focus marketing method. If you have any questions, feel free to, that's my phone number right there. You can text it, call me. That's my email address, and then our website. I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, now this is the overview. You want a professional marketing person to implement this for you. But this gives you an idea of how here at WiseGuys, we're able to generate results for our customers. Again, you're not going to come in, you're not going to be spread so thin that you're not seeing any results. What we're going to do is we're going to choose a core service, and we're going to dominate that area. You're going to see results rather than throw all your money out the window. So I look forward to chatting with you very, very soon. Again, I'm Cooper with WiseGuys Digital Marketing. I hope you have an amazing day. See you later.